Do you know that one of the fastest ways to immigrate to Canada 2024 is the Atlantic Immigration Program, the AIP? Oh yes, guys, this program is designed to, assist Canadian employers in certain provinces in Canada to hire foreign skilled worker down to these provinces and allow them to work and live as a permanent resident. And not just that, this foreign worker can also come down to live in Canada with spouse and dependent children. So by the name of this program called the Atlantic Immigration Program, the AIP, it is specifically designed for some provinces such as New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, as well as Nova Scotia. So there are 4 provinces in the Atlantic region in Canada, and this program covers them all. So if you're interested in working in any of these provinces, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll be explaining everything that you need to know about this program, how you can partake in this program, and all the documents you need to put in place for you to be able to to apply to this program. Now, I want you to sit down and relax and take a hot cocoa or hot chocolate and follow me all through this video, and let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Narad Bello and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm a Nigerian Canadian content creator and I'm based in the city of Saskatoon in the province of Saskatchewan, Canada. I create content around my lifestyle and ways you can immigrate to Canada with your family and live as a permanent resident, if possible. If this is your first time of clicking on my channel, thank you so much for dropping by. It means a lot to me. We are very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you can keep seeing this beautiful face every time I post a new video. And as you all know, I'm always delighted to come on here and talk about opportunities that foreign workers can, tap into and come into Canada through working visa or through working route together with your family and start a new life in Canada. Now, before moving to the video, I would like to put a disclaimer out there. Please note that I'm not an immigration lawyer or a consultant. Everything I'll be saying in this video today are going to be based off what I read online and my research. And I will encourage you to also do your research before embarking on any immigration journey to Canada. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So, the Atlantic Immigration Program, the AIP, was launched back in 2017 as a pilot program, and it was referred to then as the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program that most people are familiar with. Now, due to a success rate of bringing in over 10,000 skilled foreign workers from abroad down to this Atlantic provinces. Now, this program has now been made permanent and now referred to as the Atlantic Immigration Program. Due to this video, I'll be calling this program AIP because I don't want to bite myself. I hope you get it. Now, this year, 2024, the AIP program plans to welcome about 6,500 skilled foreign worker immigrants down to the provinces of Atlantic and also together with your family to live and work as permanent residents. This is a good number, guys, and that is why I couldn't wait to come on here and tell you guys about this opportunity. So now, how do you partake in this program? There are several eligibility criteria that an applicant must meet to take part in this program, and one of them is that you need to get a valid job offer from a designated AIP employer in any of the Atlantic provinces. One major advantage that this program has is that your employer do not need to get the LMI document before giving you a job offer. And the LMI is the Labor Market Impact Assessment. So this document is not needed when you want to apply for this program. Aside from getting a job offer from a Canadian or Atlantic employer, you need to also get an endorsement letter from the province of destination. Now, this is not for you to worry about. This is going to be handled by your employer. All your employer needs to do is submit your job offer to the program committee, and then an endorsement letter will be provided to you by the province. But it's very important that you get this letter when you apply for this program because you're going to need this endorsement letter to apply for permanent resident. Okay, now, like I've said before, this program is direct to permanent resident, but there are some instances that your employer needs you to come down to Canada to start work immediately. So now in this case, all you have to do is to apply for work permit first before applying for your permanent resident. Now, before talking about other requirements that you need to apply, I would like to quickly highlight 2 major categories that prospective applicants can apply. And one of them is the Atlantic High Skilled Worker Program and also the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Worker Program. That is one. Then the second one is Atlantic International Graduate Program. So now, one of them is for skilled worker who want to come down here and start working, and the other one is for international graduate. That is you're schooled in Canada, and you're fresh graduate out of school, and you can also apply to this program. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, to summarize, what this program needs from you is number one is that you need to get a valid job offer from an Atlantic employer. You need to get your endorsement letter, and you also need to apply for permanent resident within 3 months of getting your endorsement letter. Now, let's move to other eligibility criteria for an applicant to apply. I'm going to combine the criteria needed for you to apply as an high skilled worker or an intermediate skilled worker. I'm going to combine that, and I'll be saying that together. But I'm still going to put a link in the description box where you can read them and understand them differently. And I'll also state how their differences and also talk about their similarities. One major difference between the high skilled program and the intermediate skilled program is that for applicants to apply for high skilled program, the candidate need to have experience such as professional experience, management experience, as well as technical job experience. While the intermediate skilled program are for candidates that have specific experience in some certain job, such as training jobs, the person will also need to have a minimum of secondary school education. Now, let's talk about their similarities, as in what you need to have, the requirement you need to meet for you to apply through either the high skill program or the intermediate skill program. Okay, so the first thing is that you need to get a valid job offer. It's very important to get a valid job offer from an AIP employer, and this job offer need to be a full-time job offer, and it also need to be permanent position. Candidates also need to have 1 year full-time work experience in the past 3 years. And in the case of education, both applicants for high skilled program and intermediate skilled program need to have at least 1 year post-secondary school education, and these need to be in form of a degree or a diploma. And if you're applying from outside Canada, you need to already have your ECA report, and ECA is your educational credential assessment. Like, I cannot overemphasize on this particular document. Like, before you even kickstart your immigration journey to Canada, this is one thing you have to do first. Make it your number one document checklist that you have to ensure that you get before you embark on any Canadian journey. And lastly, in the case of language requirements, you need to have a minimum of CLB4, and this is Canadian Language Benchmark CLB4. That is what is required for this stream. Now let's move on to the Atlantic International Graduate Program. Yeah, of course, the first thing is for you to secure a valid job offer from an AIP employer. And for you to partake in this Atlantic International Graduate Program, you need to have a degree or a diploma from an institution in the Atlantic province in Canada, and this must be publicly funded. I mean, public school in any of those provinces in the Atlantic. So your job offer needs to be a full-time job offer and also must be permanent. And in the case of work experience, for this program, which is there for the international graduates, candidates do not need to have any work experience to apply. In case of education, candidate must have at least 2 years of post-secondary education, and this must be in the form of degree or diploma. And candidates must also have schooled in Canada for at least 2 years, and the course of study must be full-time. And in addition to that, candidate must have lived in any of the Atlantic provinces for at least 16 months. Also, candidate need to have a legal status in Canada before applying. That means that for those that their study permit has expired, you need to have already, maybe you need to have maybe like PGWP that give you a legal status in Canada before you can apply to this program. Mind you, candidates who are on scholarship to study in Canada, they are not eligible to apply, because most times when you're done with study, you may want to go back to your country. So for this reason, you're not eligible to apply to this stream. In the case of language testing, you need to have at least CLB4, which is required for in the case of high skill program and also intermediate skill program. So everything has to be CLB4. Now, to wrap up on this, both the high skilled program, the intermediate skilled program, and the international graduate program all required proof of fund to settle in Canada. Like, you need to provide a document stating that you can take care of yourself and your dependent family. The amount of funds that you need will depend on the size of your family. I'm going to leave a link in the description box where you can have access to all of this information. Like, if you're coming alone, like just one person, you have a particular proof of fund that you need to show. And if you have a family of 3, you also have particular POF that you need to make available, and to show to them that you can actually take care of yourself and your family. I'm also going to leave a link in the description box when you have access to all of this designated employer, so you can start your application as soon as possible. All you have to do is go on their website and look for the job postings that you can apply to, and then begin your application now. Apply from the AIP program. There are other PNP programs that each of these provinces run separately. Like I'm here in Saskatchewan, we have SIMP, we have in-demand skilled and all. Then each provinces in the Atlantic region, such as Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and what's the last one? And Newfoundland and Labrador, all of these provinces have their own PNP program that they run separately. Be sure to look into these opportunities and begin to apply. What I used to advise people is that do not just bury all your eggs in one basket. It's very important that you try as much as possible to look for opportunities around you, watch videos like these, and begin to apply. Send your application as much as you can. If you really want this, you need to put your power, you need to be dedicated, you need to also pray. During my time, I applied to jobs for in a day I can do 50 application. I made it my target, every day I have to be doing this application. And before I got an opportunity to come over here with my family and work. So I can also go ahead and put a link in the description box of each program that is run by each of these provinces, so you can also dive in and see if there are other opportunities that you can tap into. So guys, this will mark the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn a thing or two. Now all I needed to do is that just give this video a thumbs up to motivate me to do more interesting and more opportunistic video for you in the future, because this really keeps me going. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I want you to use this opportunity to smash on the subscribe button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Until I see you in my next video, bye.